On our first scene, the officer can be seen sitting next to a vendor. The two men seem to be discussing something important, but something more sinister was happening here. The vendor might have been operating at this position without proper paperwork from the municipality. The officer took this chance to fatten his pockets by accepting a bribe, but he had no idea he was being recorded. The vendor searched his pockets for a moment as the officer waited for his bribe. They might have been discussing the amount needed to evade the law here. The officer finally reached into the wallet of the vendor and took some money while looking around for possible onlookers. On this scene, the security guard had caught a young boy stealing inside the shop. The boy contacted his mother, who was a correctional officer, and the woman came in full uniform to defend the alleged thief. This was definitely not a great way to represent the force. Our next video starts with a middle finger from this lieutenant. We apologize to the viewers, but the show must go on.
No. You will not fight me. You will not fight me. I'm law enforcement. I am not. You will not. Baba, don't. Never. You will never do that. I'm taking a video, not a picture. I'm taking a video. You understand that? I'm a clown.
This was a clash between two officials over an issue they were not agreeing on. This was escalating with each passing second as the two parties continued to argue right next to the road. It's safe to say the lady was not about to join the circus as she tried to explain what was happening here.
This gentleman here, he comes here and he insults us. He says we are fucking wasting his time for doing our job, and he comes, he doesn't even greet. When we try to greet him, he says we are clowns, he's gonna take our pension fine. While knowing very well as a law enforcement that no certificate should be behind a foreign vehicle, and his wife is a South African driving with copies. We never disrespected anyone. He comes here and then to come here and to disrespect us and calling me a clown. Aha! Says he will see me in court is fine. He's highly qualified.
They were clashing over a misunderstanding on papers, but this might have been communicated better by both sides so as to not escalate the situation in public. The man's vehicle papers seemed to not be valid and expired, and this led to this clash with the traffic officers. The lady did not take kind to being called names by her fellow officer here.
Did you read that certified copy from SAGF? Did you read it? Just check. Let me again give you that copy. That is a certified SAT as there. Come to my house, let me come and show you. Gentlemen, education is very important. You study, guys. All of you, do you study? Take the picture, mom. I'm the professional here. You are an adult to me.
The man was not agreeing with none of these traffic cops, as he kept telling them how he was more qualified than them all. He even recommended that they take some reading lessons.
I do have those documents. That's why at the end of the day now, then you know your wife should not drive a vehicle on a public road because I can't drive a license.
Okay, can I just show you guys what he's talking about this?
Your one of the departments in what found. Listen, I'll tell you then the station command.
Yeah, Sonic is on his way. The Leonard like him. I get it now, we are clowns, we are abets. We didn't study. I did call for an authority because I knew it's going to come to here. I called for my supervisors. If the whole department of province and EMPD must come here, let it be. Now you call for Kulmangai. Something that is certified in February and an affidavit is only for what? Affidavit, guys, it only lasts for 3 months. He's telling me I covered a copy that is February.
And then I made a certified copy. I'm going to do the litigation.
He finally admitted how the papers were not verified, meaning he was definitely in the wrong here. He might be the one needing all that education he kept insisting on after all. On this case, the civilian and the officer were arguing about a van. The officer was being a bit too aggressive here, as we see him doing a number on the man's face. The man kept insisting that the officers wanted bribe money from him, and this angered the man of the force even more. The officer wanted a fist fight with the civilian, which seemed a bit unprofessional. They should have just arrested the man if he was in the wrong here. He kept punching the civilian, but the man knew that retaliating would just lead to a charge of assaulting a police officer. It's safe to say the officer might have been abusing his power here.
Take me. Take me. I'm fighting for my key. Because I can't give. No, I want. No. Because I can't give you money. You don't want your money. No, no. You want your money. Because I don't want money.
This officer was definitely taking this personal, as this was now beyond the active duty. In many countries, an act like this might lead to serious charges not only at the officer, but the city might end up paying for these damages in millions if a victim decides to sue for both the physical and psychological trauma suffered here.
You won't stand for what you're doing. Shoot up what's up. You won't stand for what you're doing. You won't stand for what you're doing. I'm telling you. Shoot up what's up. Shoot up what's up. This man is going nowhere. This is smart boss. This is smart boss. Fetch wafuni mali. Now I pay it. I'm not next now.
Another case where an officer decided to literally take matters in his own hands.
Get him to him. Go on for the night. Go. Son of a. Go. Go.
Asante.
Go.
In this scenario, the civilian seemed to be communicating well with the first two officers, but the third was being aggressive towards the man. This was an issue about his license plates.
Stopped me for not having a license plate, and this is what happened.
No, it's not a problem.
My friend.
No, I'm allowed to. It's my legal right.
No, don't do that.
No,
you're stopping it.
Yeah, but you guys are physically abusing him.
My car.
He abused him, and I've got it on video.
The officer's actions were even confusing his other two colleagues there as they tried to get hold of the situation.
You better get my key, my friend. That's theft.
That's theft.
You can't steal my car. Because my number plate was stolen. I got the number plates in the car, the new one. He's not talking to me. He's throwing me on the floor.
This could have been avoided through better communication. Props to the other two officers for trying their best to control and not get physical with the civilian.
Still has my driver's license. He stopped me here, said I don't have number plates. I said, I know, they're stolen. Here's my new ones. I showed you, and now this happens. I didn't think for this. So man, please. You want to enter in the vehicle or not? Why must I enter? Get inside of that vehicle. Why? Go inside of that vehicle. We are going to find the car. For what? I'm not telling you what's happening. Okay, keep the key open.
Fortunately, the situation did not escalate further, but the same cannot be said about the next scene. We first see a bunch of officers entering a shop in one of the townships in South Africa. They were supposed to do a routine check, but the officers decided to do much more than that. They had found where the money was being kept inside the shop, and the rogue force decided to share it among their group. This was basically theft, as they acted more like the criminals tormenting the nation of South Africa.
That way, it's a go-down rap heritage special for you. For the 1 September, the 30th of September. Wana special number 1, you can buy 2 go-down raps for 250.
In this scene, the police vehicle had been turned into an advertising platform. The man was advertising his products inside an official police van. This officer had taken the side hustle scene to a whole new level with this antic.
And 1 underground by 250. By the way, the go-down rap for the nation. That way, nation, Tina, make that rap to be wheel.
That siren was definitely disrespected there, as it should be signaling some real action, not to market unregulated medical solutions, which were possibly being sold unlawfully.